Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Historical Humans Reacts. And today we are talking about yet another museum and institution. However, this time they're not like the British Museum stealing things. No, they're currently suing some of their architects over some really shoddy quality. And, ooh, this one's a doozy.
Yes, the museum in question is the Asian Art Museum in San Francisco, which completed $100 million major expansion of its property,
Oh, wow.
um, and is currently suing Y Architects and Swinnerton Builders, the people who constructed it, a 13,000-foot pavilion, because it was, and to quote, delivered late and as constructed failed to meet even the minimum museum quality standards.
So they got
Yikes.
swindled by Swinnerton.
Yeah. What's
Oh.
what's interesting is the blame appears to lie in the construction work, as Swinnerton is not only being sued by the museum, but also in an unrelated case suing Y Architects.
What?
Yeah. There's a web of lawsuits going on. No one wants to take responsibility for how or why the original design what leaked in multiple locations, including, I believe, locations designed to house artifacts sensitive to things such as water or light.
Well, and the huge issue for this too is the museum itself is just I is sadly caught in the middle because they were forced to eat the cost overruns and the issues. And yeah, when you're having a museum institution, you can't be having light issues, you can't be having gas or water issues. The artifacts and the artworks need to be in the most climate controlled, moisture controlled environments. And when you spend $38 million on the start of a project, eventually
Yeah,
spending what up to $100 million is what it said.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
hundred
I
million
believe
dollars.
so.
That's a
Yeah,
3x cost increase, and that is absurd.
yeah. You can see in the picture there is a second store pavilion. Among the alleged complaints for shoddy workmanship is the fact that that pavilion was so unstable it was unsuitable for human
Oh
use.
no!
Which,
Oh,
how the hell you mess up raised platform, I don't know.
Pretty badly.
the sketchy thing too is that's a roof support for the bottom half. So if that is unsuitable to have humans on top of it, how bad was the quality?
I can guarantee you it was not worth the budget they paid for it.
And the thing is, the architects came out and said that they're proud of the work and they're proud of the design and that it almost entirely falls on the construction companies. They basically said our design was top notch, but the construction just wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah, because and that is yeah, and let's be honest, when the building company is repeatedly suing its architects and being sued by its customers, it's probably the building company's fault.
I just don't know how
I'm
they
not a
keep getting
legal court, I
contracts
don't
like
know,
that.
but it's just
Don't we
everyone
all?
you've ever worked with has a lawsuit with you.
Yeah, it just doesn't tend to be the best look for a business owner, if I must
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah. Not to mention, the initial pavilion was constructed in 2021 and took a further 2 years of reconstruction to be made usable.
Oh
So
no.
this project began in 2016. The engineers had 5 years and $38 million to do this right
And they still. Oh.
in a
And
part of the world where you don't have to stop construction for 6 months out of the year due to snowfall.
I mean, I'm sure there's still some weather difficulties. I know San Francisco isn't the driest city in the world, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a ridiculous overrun and just the issues at hand. It's honestly really upsetting too cuz a lot of museums and a lot of institutions really struggle with finances and to do a project like this takes a substantial donation or fundraising.
Yeah.
So it just it's a huge shame to see institutions take a huge financial hit like that.
Yeah, no, and it's a real shame too because this seems like a very nice and very fun museum, and it has a very modern design to it with the pavilion. It feels a lot like open viewing, almost like you don't have to pay admission just to see some of the art, which is a very nice community oriented thing for a museum to do.
Not to mention, it's on the West Coast, honoring a minority community.
That was essential in the state of California and the city of San Francisco too. Is like this, you know, this is acknowledging the people that basically built the West Coast.
Yeah, California wouldn't have quite existed if not for the railroad. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
kind of interesting. I mean, this is a little bit of a shorter episode, but it's kind of an interesting topic to talk about and highlight some of the issues that other institutions have. I mean, we talk about how negative the British Museum is or how other institutions are, not just them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes they're on the other end of
Yeah.
the spectrum.
Yeah, we talk about the institutions failing us, but sometimes it's important to remember when people fail the institutions.
This is why you got to go out and support your local museums. They're a dying breed. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video.